welcome everybody back. We are excited. Everybody's excited. I've been excited. You guys have heard me talk about it. Happy Gilmore 2 comes out on Friday on Netflix. This guy's gonna be on there. He's actor, screenwriter, Chris Titone. Chris, thank you so much for jumping on with us. How are you doing today?
Hey, y'all, thanks for having me. I'm doing great today, man. I'm excited to be here.
Chris, I know we got Fernando by the train station. You got the nice background. I got my virtual background here. We all have some kind of background going on, but we're here to talk about Happy Gilmore 2, and it's been a long time coming for this movie. I think you mentioned you were 13 years old when the first one came out. I lost track of when that was for me. What year did it come out? Chris, I'm already asking you questions. They're not really part of the script. Well.
So 95 is when it came out, 95, 96.
Wow, so 30 years.
Yeah, so it's 30 years. And I mean, I was 13 when the first one came out. You know what that means to a 13-year-old boy. All we had were movies. You know, I didn't have money or a car. That was all we had. So I remember seeing it and then going to the bathroom for a half hour and coming right back and seeing it again immediately. And now I'm in the sequel. It's so cool, man.
Yeah, I'm assuming you've probably seen it hundreds of times, maybe. Or how many times do you think you've seen it in the last 30 years?
Jesus, in the last 30 years, I've probably seen it full, start to finish, 100 times.
Wow. Okay. And then just being on set to film this, Chris, and I'll ask you kind of a two-part question before Fernando jumps in here. But just being on there, and was there a moment that you could remember where it started kind of sinking in, like, hey, I'm here, shooting Happy Gilmore 2, and then did people kind of tell you what throughout the process, like, hey, this is so much different than the first one because there's a lot more eyes, maybe more money coming in, more cameos, more people are in. But the difference between 1 and 2, did you hear the stories? And for you, again, how was it just, doing the whole thing?
Yeah, it was a great experience because I was actually there for a few days. So I was there the first day of the entire filming process. And it was so weird to be there because everyone was like, is this real? Are we really doing Happy Gilmore 2? And then I came back, I'd say 2.5 months later, and everyone was dug in, man. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to a set, but after 2.5 months, everyone's looking at each other. Everyone's waiting to go home. It was a really, really cool environment, but everyone did their job, man. We did our best with, what I think is a perfect movie. Happy Gilmore 1 is, there's no getting better. So we were really careful to make sure that the sequel was as good or better.
There was obviously multiple cameos in the first one. I mean, who can forget Bob Barker? That was kind of the big cameo in the first movie.
Yeah.
You guys have Maxwell Jacob Freeman. You guys have Nikki Bella or Nikki Garcia, Becky Lynch. Eminem is even in it. Was there somebody that you met that you were like, oh wow, okay, this is actually pretty cool, and they turned out to be a cool person?
Yeah, you know who's really cool? I met John Cena. Do you know who that is?
Oh, that's my guy. That's my guy. I love John Cena.
No, but nicest guy ever. Hey, what's up? You gonna finish that? Very cool, very nice, very normal guy.
Yeah. No, I met John at a Padre game one time, and I was talking to him, and he pulled me off to the side, and he kind of asked you questions about your life, and do you feel fulfilled? And you're just like, wow, this guy actually does care. So that was that was pretty. What was that interaction like?
Man, I saw him at the premiere. It was a quick interaction, but I had food on my plate, and he looked at me like he wanted it, and I looked at him, and I said, right over there, and he went, oh, okay. It was a very human interaction.
Let me ask you, obviously, I mean, you've been in multiple Sandler movies. One of my favorite does, obviously, That's My Boy. I think that one's very underrated. But out of the whole, I call it the Sandler universe.
Yeah.
I call it that's what, Marvel universe, DC. I call it the Sandler universe.
The Sandlerverse.
Yeah, exactly, the Sandlerverse.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Who's one of your favorite actors or people from the Sandlerverse? Who's your go-to guy?
I mean, it's probably Spade. Spade's so funny, dude. He could take any situation and break it down and be like, that's what you're doing, and it's really funny. David Spade is one of the people who, if I've had dinner with him a couple times, it's a show. It's a full-blown stand-up show. He does bits. He asks questions. It's fantastic. He should be charging money.
I saw him at the Morgan Wallen concert as Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, but I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, man. I talked to him about that. It's perfect. Morgan Wallen and Joe Dirt. He comes down. He's holding the mop. He immediately turns around and Spade does the guns thing from the movie. I mean, it's such a perfect moment.
Chris, speaking of guys when they're in their element and put on the show, you were talking about David Spade, but for Adam, like you mentioned, there's a lot of talk and maybe attention on filming and shooting Happy Gilmore too. But when Adam's in that moment where he has to kind of put the pieces together and put the movie out there, is he pretty laid back, or is he kind of get in the zone where like, hey, don't mess with me, let's get this thing perfect, or how is he when it comes to that?
Man, if you ask 10 different people who's Adam, you get 10 different answers. He's, you know what I'm saying? Like he's 100 different people. People think he's a great actor, which he is, but he's a great writer. He's a great editor. He's a great producer. Like I think of him as like just a comedian that can kind of do everything, but people only see the acting side of him. So they just assume he's an actor. Nah, man, he does it from A to Z, from blank page to delivery.
How does he kind of balance that where he wants perfection, but also like, hey, it's a comedy, so we got to have fun here? Is there times where he has to, throw out a joke like David Spade and entertain, or is it always, sometimes it's okay to be serious?
Yeah, I mean, that's more of a question for him, like how he balances, but you know what? He's been doing it for 40 years or something. Yeah. So I'm guessing it's a little bit subconscious now.
Yeah. And I saw that the premiere already, it came and went. For you just being on the red carpet and talking to people and having it feel like it came to life already. How was that being part of that?
Man, the red carpets are so much fun because I mean, I know everybody, I know half the crowd. It's 1,000 people. I know 500 of them. It's a very catch up situation. How are you? I saw Ann Paula, the makeup artist. Like we hung out for 10 minutes, and then I saw the first AD for my movie, Bernie. We hung out. Like it's a very homecoming.
Wow.
Chris, I have to ask you, Home Team. You wrote Home Team. What was that experience like? What drew you to writing that movie and the script and everything? What? Because I mean, I think you said you're not a football fan. So what attracted you about that story involving Sean Payton and everything that happened?
Sure. Well, I mean, it was COVID and I had nothing to do. It was really like, how do I fill time? So I did my best to do two things: get in shape and write a movie. I wanted COVID to be over with a script and like feeling okay about taking my shirt off. So I did both those things, and that's what I got. A Home Team come out of it.
And why did you think Kevin James was the correct guy to play Sean Payton?
Dude, Kevin James is so funny. I really, to be honest, I wrote a movie for Kevin James. It was more like I thought about who can Kevin James play, because I don't, I have to use the avenues I have. I only have a few, and I know I can get a script to Kevin James, so let's go for it.
Anything stand out to you about Taylor Lautner?
Best friends for years. He's the best dude. So I met him on Grown Ups 2, and we were hanging out every day while I was like, well, during COVID not, but the like 3 years before it, we were hanging out every day. He was just on my mind, and he was doing me a favor being in the movie. I was like, hey, I wrote this role, blah, blah, blah. And, he killed it. He knocked it out of the park.
I love how he went from a D-bag in Grown Ups to a D-bag frat guy to then obviously in your movie in Home Team being the kind of guy that puts everything together and kind of helps everybody out. And I thought that was definitely phenomenal.
Well, have you met Taylor in person? He's the nicest guy. He's the nicest. He's the nicest. Hey, I got a football. Do you want to go play catch? Dude.
I've never had the pleasure, I'm sure. I mean, if you say that you think that he's a great guy, then I'll take your word for it, because I can tell you're a great guy.
I mean, I'm okay, but I try. He's effortlessly a good guy. Like, no joke, on set of Grown Ups 2, this is how I met him. He would walk around with a football and just do a kind of like, you want to go long situation. That was what he did.
Did you just pick his brain about Twilight and ask him a bunch of questions, or you weren't that type of guy?
No, I mean, I'm an artsy guy. I would more talk to him about like, man, you're doing this. Like, you're so good at acting. Let's get you doing this. We did a lot of social media together.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Imagine doing videos of Jacob from Twilight. That's pretty cool.
We did a lot of social media, and then I wrote that movie, and it was like, dude, will you do this? I mean, I wrote the role for him. It was literally Taylor in the script.
Wow. I wanted to ask you, Chris. What do you prefer, like writing, acting? Do you have, or do you like both in their own ways?
I mean, I like them both because it's fun to be in the room with my writing partner Keith. He's like my best friend. So we're in there, and we're thinking about how do we get Steve and Sarah to the car, but Sarah has to say a joke, and Steve somehow has to drop the luggage. I know. We'll have Sarah say, "Wow, my grandma can lift more than you," and he gets upset and drops it. You know what I mean? Like when you solve that problem, it's a great feeling. It takes like a year though, so it's terrible.
Wow. I was going to ask you for like maybe a young, up and coming writer, and it's also interesting nowadays because you don't need like these big time, companies to produce a movie. You could just do a movie and put it on YouTube, and maybe it does well, and maybe Netflix picks it up after a year. But you kind of gave some advice right there. For somebody who wants to do this for a living, maybe act and write, is there any advice you want to share for people?
Yeah, I mean, I think the best idea is always to make a reel, whether it's an acting reel of just stuff you did at your house, or a voiceover reel of just stuff you did in your closet under a blanket, or some type of writing reel where you write, 2 or 3 short stories. And if you send that out, that reel, what you can do to 50 agents, and you can find those online, probably 5 will get back to you, 3 will want a meeting, and hopefully 1 will want to sign you. That's how you get started, man.
Chris, can I ask you, when your sister told you, "Oh, I'm dating Adam Sandler," like she was on obviously Big Daddy. We all know the famous line, "Who do you want to win,
Yeah.
cutie? The goddamn Jets."
The gosh star.
Just what was it like? How did you and your family react when? Because obviously all these movies were already out. He was pretty well known as a comedian and as an actor. Just what was your guys' initial reaction?
Right. So it wasn't like you said. I'm sorry. I mean, it was literally 30 years ago. He was the guy from SNL. He had done Happy Gilmore 1, which it was a big deal to you and I. I don't know if it was a big deal to, I mean, she was a model. I don't know. I don't think she saw it. I remember her saying to me, "Oh, I'm dating this guy, Adam or whatever." She didn't really know who he was. He had only done, I think, Billy and Happy, and he was kind of more opera man than anything else. He was more the guy from SNL or the guy from MTV.
Yeah, no, that's obviously that is hilarious. Just what it's become really a family thing, hasn't it? Like all the movies that you guys have done. Do you feel like Happy Gilmore is the first like complete family? You have his daughters, you have you, your sister, everybody kind of together. Is this the first family affair film, the biggest one so
You
far?
know what? He's been doing that for like 15 years, man. His oldest daughter Sadie is 18 now, and his youngest daughter Sunny is 16. So I mean, it's probably 10 years now. He's been doing family affair movies. You got to put somebody in there. Why not be the person at Thanksgiving dinner?
Chris, before we let you go, I know you got a packed schedule because the movie's coming out, this Friday, July 25th on Netflix. Promo right there, plug for Happy Gilmore too.
Thanks, man.
Trying to do that for you. But Chris, I wanted to ask you, what's next? Well, after obviously, soak in this moment because that's a big time movie that you're in, and I can't wait to see your performance in it. But yeah, what's next?
What's next is
Playing hockey.
What's next is I wrote a new script called 80K to Blow, and we got a deal, so we're gonna shoot that. Hopefully, maybe you guys are in it.
Cameos all around.
I'm gonna tell you, Chris, that stash right there that you see right there, that should be in a movie. You should have seen it during COVID.
It's real too,
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. We're sports writers, so
I gotta grow out my hair though.
We used to do Zooms, and people would be like, "Hey, is that mustache?" Like he had a coach ask him, "Is that real?"
What city are you guys in?
L.A. or San Diego and Los.
Oh yeah, San Diego and Orange County.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, nothing shoots here. I hope you guys are down to come to Mississippi.
Why not?
If you tell us, we'll show up.
Or Massachusetts. A lot shoots in Jersey. We shot this movie in Orange, New Jersey.
Wow.
We have frequent flyer miles. We have whatever. You just tell us to be there, and we'll be there. We have. You're the best.
Man, I'm like a working actor. I've had to do that many, many times. Say you're local and go and fly there on your own dime and get a hotel on your own dime.
That's fine. Gilbert's rich, so we can swing that one.
Sure, yeah.
It's all on Gilbert. Gilbert, send me some money.
Yeah, I just got to use my Marriott points and my Southwest points. I don't even know if Southwest goes to Massachusetts, but why not? Let's go.
Let's go.
Rent a car, if anything. Chris, thank you so much for jumping on with us. Guys, make sure you guys check out Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out. Chris right now, I'm sure, is going to do the Happy Gilmore stance. That's been iconic. I think at Top Golf, they tell you no Happy Gilmore stances when you're about to shoot. So that's definitely awesome. Chris, thank you so much for the time. Let everybody know where they can follow you and all your great work on social media.
My full name, Christopher Titone, is my Instagram, my Twitter, everything. Christopher Titone.
There it is. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thanks, y'all. Bye.